Choosing the right college. Man, it can feel like a huge, life-changing decision, right? Well, today, we're going to try to make that just a little bit easier for you. We are taking a deep dive into one of India's most prestigious hospitality colleges, IHM Kolkata. And the best part? We're seeing it through the eyes of a student who's actually been there. So this is the big question we're tackling today. Is IHM Kolkata the right fit for you? We're going to break down everything you need to know, and by the end of this, you'll have a much, much clearer picture. All right, so let's start at the very beginning. What exactly is IHM Kolkata, and what's the real story behind its incredible reputation? Okay, right off the bat, you can see where the credibility comes from. This isn't just any college. It's a central government institute, and get this, it was established way back in 1963. We're talking about one of the oldest and most respected names in the entire industry in India. That's a big deal. Now, here's a fascinating insight from the student review. The building itself, well, it's old. But don't let that fool you for a second, because the reputation is rock solid. This really tells you that the true value here isn't about a shiny new facade. It's about the legacy and the quality of education happening inside those walls. So what about the academics, What can you actually study if you decide IHM Kolkata is the place for you? The main program, the big one, is the 3-year Bachelor of Science degree in Hospitality and Hotel Administration. But they also offer these more specialized, shorter programs, like 1.5-year diplomas in food production and in bakery. And on top of that, there are various craftsmanship courses. So you've got multiple ways to get into the industry here. Okay, so you know what you can study, but what's it actually like to be a student there day to day? Let's take a look at the campus and its facilities. The campus covers about 3 acres, and the student review really makes a point to mention all the green space. You can just imagine being in the middle of a bustling city, but having this peaceful green environment to learn in. And wow, this really shows you how much they focus on practical, hands-on training. Just look at this breakdown. A whopping 6 dedicated kitchen labs, plus 2 for food and beverage service, and even labs for front office and housekeeping. That is some serious infrastructure for learning by doing. And just like the main building, the review notes that, yeah, the lab facilities might be a little older, but, and this is the important part, they are kept in excellent condition. That means all the equipment and the spaces are fully functional and ready for you to get in there and practice your skills. Okay, now this is a really, really important slide for anyone planning to live on campus, so listen up. For girls, it seems like there are generally enough hostel seats available. For boys, however, it is a completely different story. There are only about 150 seats, which means it's super limited, and getting a spot often depends on your entrance rank or your grades. This is a critical point you need to think about. This brings us to the million-dollar question, right? How do you actually get into IHM Kolkata? The process is split into 2 really clear paths. For the main BS degree, it's super competitive. You have to take the national NCHM JE exam, and you need to get a strong rank. For the diploma courses, though, it's way more direct. You just apply straight to the college, and it's usually first come, first served. And here is a crucial piece of advice from the review. Those ranks are not set in stone. The cutoff can change every single year, especially if the exam format changes. So while looking at past data gives you an idea, nothing is ever guaranteed. So what happens after you graduate? What's the end game? Let's talk about careers and placements at IHM Kolkata. The placement opportunities are apparently excellent, and this slide shows you exactly why. We are talking about the biggest names in the business, the Oberoi Group, Taj Hotels, and basically every other major hotel brand you can think of. They all come directly to the campus to recruit. But the review also gives us this dose of reality, and it's an important one. It says that getting 100% placement is pretty much impossible, anywhere. And that honesty really builds trust. It manages expectations and reminds us that a student's own effort plays a huge role in their success. So, after looking at its history, its academics, the facilities, and the placements, what is the final verdict from this inside review? What's the bottom line? The conclusion is so direct, you just can't miss it. IHM Kolkata is considered a top-tier college. The advice is simple. If you manage to get in, you should absolutely 100% go for it. That is a seriously strong endorsement. And that brings us right back to the very first question we asked. We've laid out all the facts from your review, the powerful reputation, the practical facilities, the tough competition to get in, and the excellent career prospects. So now the decision is yours to make.